The Los Angeles Lakers have launched their 2025-26 campaign with a strong 10-4 record, a start made even more impressive by the fact that they've achieved it without a single minute from one of the greatest players the sport has ever seen. And now, after weeks of anticipation, the timeline for his return is finally becoming clear. So when will LeBron James step back onto the court? According to ESPN's Shams Charania via Underdog NBA, the 21-time All-NBA forward is targeting his long-awaited season debut in one of the Lakers' upcoming games against the Utah Jazz, either this Tuesday or Sunday, or in next Tuesday's clash against the LA Clippers. This marks the first time all season that the Lakers have been able to prepare for the possibility of reintroducing James into a team that has already developed a dependable rhythm under head coach JJ Redick. James, who is 40 years old, has been sidelined since training camp with a sciatica issue affecting the right side of his lower back, an injury that has required patience, careful monitoring, and a gradual ramp-up process. Even at his age, reports indicate that his conditioning, mobility, and strength have been trending in a highly positive direction. Shams delivered the key update: LeBron James could make his season debut on Tuesday, Sunday, or next Tuesday. A short statement, but one that immediately shifts expectations for the entire franchise. Last season, James reinforced the idea that age has done very little to diminish his production. Across 70 games for a Lakers team that finished 50-32, the four-time champion averaged 24.4 points on 5-1-3 and 3-7-6, 782 shooting splits, along with 8.2 assists, 7.8 rebounds, 1.0 steal, and 0.6 blocks per game. He earned his 21st All-Star selection, despite sitting out the event with an injury, secured a spot on the All-NBA second team, and finished 6th in MVP voting. All of this while sharing the backcourt with his own adult son, then rookie guard Bronny James, creating one of the most unprecedented storylines in league history. If James does not appear in any of the next 3 contests, he would then face a mathematical uphill battle to keep his record-setting streak alive. To make his 22nd consecutive All-NBA team, he would need to play every remaining game, or log at least 20 minutes in 63 of the next 65 outings. That's a tall order, but his 22nd All-Star appearance remains well within reach if he returns looking anything like he did last season. In James's absence, the Lakers have carved out a new identity, one largely driven by the standout play of Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. Both guards have elevated their scoring load, sharpened their playmaking, and established themselves as the engines of the offense. Doncic's command of pace and Reeves's improved shot creation have combined to form a dynamic, unpredictable backcourt that has kept the Lakers competitive every night. Newly signed center DeAndre Ayton has also settled into his role, providing rebounding, rim protection, and efficient interior scoring. His production has trended upward with each week, and while he has not reached all-star level yet, the coaching staff sees significant room for growth, especially when he begins receiving direct setups from James. For the Lakers, anticipation is building. The team is winning. The roster is buying into JJ Redick's system, and now one of basketball's all-time greats is nearing his return. When LeBron James steps back on the floor, the Lakers won't simply be adding another player, they'll be restoring the gravitational force that has defined their identity for more than a decade. The countdown is officially underway. Is DeAndre Ayton? Ayton arrived in Los Angeles with more questions than answers. Once the #1 overall pick, his career has been a mix of undeniable talent, flashes of dominance, and constant conversations about effort, focus, and mentality. When the Lakers signed him after his buyout from Portland, the move came with intrigue and skepticism. Could he finally thrive in a winning environment? Could he handle the pressure of playing in a city where every move is magnified and every possession feels like a headline? Early on, the doubts seemed justified. His first few games were uneven, his timing looked off, his impact inconsistent. But then something clicked, and when it clicked loudly. In back-to-back marquee matchups, first against the Pelicans, then against the Bucks, Ayton didn't just show up, he took over. He played with force in the paint, controlled the glass, made smart decisions, and delivered the type of energy the Lakers had been missing in their front court since the organization moved on from its previous franchise big man. He put up 20 points and double-digit rebounds in each of those games, but beyond the numbers, it was the way he played. Aggressive, locked in, confident. He looked like the best version of himself, and that changed the entire conversation. It also opened the door for someone inside the locker room to address the narrative surrounding him, and Austin Reeves stepped forward without hesitation. Reeves spoke candidly, almost frustrated with how Ayton had been portrayed before even arriving in Los Angeles. He said, "It's unfortunate the world works this way, that you hear things about people before you're around them, that people try to paint a narrative of character. The best thing you can do is judge someone for yourself. The things I heard, that he wasn't coachable, that he was moody, it's been completely opposite. That public defense from a respected teammate mattered. It sent a clear message. The Lakers believe in DeAndre Ayton, and more importantly, Ayton is giving them reasons to believe. This season, he's averaging 16.2 points, 8.4 rebounds, nearly a block per night, and shooting an absurd 69% from the field. Those numbers are not the stats of a player simply fitting in. They're the stats of someone redefining his role and impacting games at a winning level. Ayton's presence has stabilized the Lakers' interior. He's giving them size they lacked, rim protection they desperately needed, and an offensive safety valve that makes life easier for everyone else on the floor. His ability to finish around the rim, set strong screens, and keep plays alive has transformed the structure of their offense. And the timing couldn't be better. With LeBron James expected to return soon, the Lakers are positioning themselves to take a noticeable leap. Adding LeBron's playmaking and pacing to a roster that's already performing above expectations only raises the ceiling. With JJ Redick orchestrating a modern, movement-heavy system, Ayton's role becomes even more impactful. If he stays locked in, he can be a foundational piece of the team's rise. It's also important to note the contract situation. Ayton is playing under a 2-year, $16.6 million deal with a player option for the second season. For a player producing at this level, that's remarkable value. If his trajectory continues, he could become one of the best bargain signings of the entire offseason. So as the Lakers build early momentum, one thing is becoming increasingly clear. DeAndre Ayton wasn't just a gamble. He might be one of the most important additions the franchise has made in years. And with the locker room behind him, the coaching staff trusting him, and his production trending upward, the narrative that followed him into Los Angeles is beginning to fade, replaced by something the Lakers have been searching for: a reliable, rejuvenated, and motivated anchor in the middle. At the center of that impending shakeup is DeMar DeRozan, the 6-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA selection, and one of the most polished mid-range scorers of his generation, is widely expected to be one of Sacramento's primary trade chips. DeRozan's Los Angeles roots only add another layer to the speculation, fueling conversations about whether the veteran might finally find his way home. Clutch Points reporter Rohan Brahmat didn't hesitate in naming the Lakers as the ideal destination. In his words, "It almost feels too perfect, but the Lakers are undeniably the most logical destination for DeMar DeRozan." He highlighted not just fit, but urgency, noting that the Lakers have lacked a reliable perimeter shot maker for the past 3 postseasons. According to Brahmbot, DeRozan would instantly become the team's second most dependable scoring option on the perimeter, offering something the Lakers haven't consistently had: a player who can create offense on command, slow the game down, and generate high percentage looks when the offense stagnates. Even more importantly, he emphasized DeRozan's value during the non-LeBron minutes. For years, the Lakers have struggled to keep leads or maintain offensive flow when James is off the floor. DeRozan, a player who once anchored second units in both Chicago and Toronto, would bring stability, pacing, and veteran composure to those stretches. Financially, the Lakers aren't boxed in. Brahmbot noted that a deal could be structured easily using Jared Vanderbilt in a draft pick, or by packaging several depth pieces if Sacramento prefers flexibility. Vanderbilt is a hard worker and a valuable defender, but he hasn't entirely matched the expectations the Lakers had when they acquired him in 2022-23. With Los Angeles in win-now mode, moving a role player to secure a proven scorer isn't a far-fetched scenario, and the Lakers have something many contending teams don't: draft capital. Nearly every first-round pick through 2032 is available, except for 2027 and 2029. That alone puts them in a stronger negotiating position than most contenders. Whether they choose to deploy those assets now or save them for a larger move later in the season will define how aggressive the front office wants to be. As for DeRozan himself, the veteran might be more attainable than in past years. At 36, he's still a consistent offensive weapon, averaging 18.2 points, 3.4 rebounds, and 3.5 assists through his first 13 games of the season. His production has dipped slightly since joining Sacramento, but that's not unusual for a player adjusting to a new system, especially one that's currently struggling. A move back to a competitive environment could spark a resurgence, and the Lakers provide both familiarity and opportunity. Off the court, DeRozan's leadership is another factor. His professionalism, work ethic, and experience in high-pressure situations would add a new dimension to the Lakers' locker room, something that could prove crucial as the postseason approaches. Still, there's no guarantee the Lakers will make the move. They've performed well without DeRozan, and the front office may feel confident in the current roster once LeBron returns. But the window is open, and conversations around the league indicate that Sacramento will be fielding calls soon. For now, the Lakers continue their strong early season push. Their next challenge arrives Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. PT when they face the Utah Jazz. Another test for a team that, even without its biggest star, continues to show that it's built for the grind.